welcome to Issues and Insights on HCEC-TV. I'm your host, Holly Sexton with Abound Credit Union, and I encourage you to take 5 minutes this week on your phone or computer to increase your financial IQ at aboundcu.com. Just click the Learn tab to increase your financial education knowledge. It's time to get down to business, and that's what we're talking about today, is helping small businesses in Hardin County. So we're so happy HCEC-TV allotted some time for this special topic with the newly formed Explore Hardin County. To my lefts, you will see Divine Bunch on the end. Divine is the owner of Divine Writing Agency, and she is the president of the newly formed Explore Hardin County. And to my immediate left, Selena Hudson, Vine Grove City Council member, thank you for your service, and the treasurer for Explore Hardin County, and also a co-owner of Riches and Glory photography business. So not only are we in the company of those who are civic leaders, but also we're in the company of people who know business. So thank you too for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the stage. And Explore Hardin County is something I'm passionate about because I've been very fortunate to just be a small player in forming it and seeing what it will become and part of the evolution. So for a quick elevator speech, and for those watching, what is Explore Hardin County?
Well, Divine, would you like to?
Do you have the mission statement memorized yet?
So Explore Hardin County is an organization coming together to help small businesses. We want to bring awareness to the small businesses and to help community residents see what is available to them. So we really wanted to be able to be a strong resource for the businesses as well as our community residents.
I love hearing that, and that's really the heart of the mission of Explore Hardin County. But really, Selena, you brought us all together and said, there's a need here. What was that born out of?
Well, in a conversation with the Small Business Administration, Mr. Robert Coffey, we were discussing doing something surrounding Saturday, Small Business Saturday in November with American Express. And, you know, I just thought about it. We need to do something now. Small businesses were hit so hard during the pandemic. And I felt like we needed to do something leading up to Small Business Saturday. And so we all got together, and when great minds get together and start talking, that's how Explore Hardin County was born.
I love that. It's a great origin story. So a little bit of backstory about how American Express does that and what their vision is in September. How does that work?
Okay. Well, American Express partners with the Small Business Administration or the local small businesses to have Small Business Saturday, and they advertise it very well. They provide funds for marketing, any sales that businesses may have.
Because this is right after Thanksgiving,
yes,
right? Okay,
yes.
so you have Thanksgiving, you have your traditional Black Friday sales and all that stuff, and then the next day is Small Business Saturday. Okay.
Yes, and this year we're planning a small business parade on that Saturday with the Small Business Administration. They're going to come down and do videos for local small businesses, and so what we're doing right now with Explore Hardin County is leading up to that.
I love that.
Yes.
So we've talked about what it is, how it was born, the origin, and why it's necessary. So what will set Explore Hardin County apart from other, let's say, chambers or other businesses or business helps that already exist that are similar to chambers? What's unique about Explore Hardin County?
Well, one of the things that I believe is unique is we are 100% all volunteers. We're all associated or small business owners, and we're all women.
Yeah, there is that.
Although that's not a requirement,
right.
But our organization focuses on all small businesses, but particularly small businesses owned by women, owned by minorities, and different veteran-owned businesses. So we have every month we have a specific topic or group that we focus on and try to highlight their businesses that are not normally highlighted in the mainstream media. So.
And when you say highlighted, you mean given specific media attention?
Yes.
Which is great. And so it's not just standing up in front of a group, which is important, but also giving them the opportunity on social media platforms that are growing to reach people they've never reached before, which is exciting. And Divine, you're a big part of that. And so, for example, what are some over the past few months that have been highlighted? What are some of the businesses, types of businesses?
Yeah, so over the past few months, we have interviewed veteran-owned businesses, Latin-owned, Black-owned, women-owned. So we really want to hit those marginalized industries and help them get some exposure because, you know, especially in a place like E-Town, we all run in certain circles and we hear about different things among our own friends, but we want to make sure that we're getting into each circle so that people who wouldn't normally hear about it, as Miss Lena said, are going to hear about it.
And that really does make Explore Hardin County unique. And I'm glad you touched on that because there are some categories that were discussed early on. We all looked at each other and said, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of one business owner that fits this criteria. And so it really forced us to get out of our comfort zone. And it also, too, showed us that there are different kinds of business owners. Some, as you know, as a business owner, they are involved in every facet of the business, including marketing, even if they don't have a marketing background or showing, telling, talking about their business. And there are some business owners in our community that are not that hands-on or they're not comfortable with doing that. So Divine, with your experience in your job that actually pays you, that you do great work with Divine Writing Agency, if someone's watching right now and they're like, that's just not my thing, talking about my business is not my thing, how would you encourage them to participate in an Explore Hardin County video?
As far as marketing goes?
Yeah, as marketing and talking about their business, because we know some business owners are like, not good. I've had people tell me no. They're like, no, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to do it.
I completely understand because I myself don't like to be in front of the camera. So it really, you have to love your business enough to say, I know what the purpose is. I know what my business was meant to do. So I kind of need to put myself out there so the people that it's meant to reach, it'll reach.
And if they're just scheduling conflict or they're not comfortable doing it, I would also suggest maybe prepping or empowering or encouraging a colleague or an employee or a team member to be that face because we all know that these opportunities are precious and they can make a big difference. I'll give you an example. I have been looking for a hairstylist who works on Saturdays who does something particular for weddings, updos, that type of thing. My stylist does not work on Saturdays, and I love that they have boundaries, but you know, I needed that service. So when I saw Divine's video on Facebook of a Vine Grove stylist, immediately I was messaging that person. So I love that it was it introduced me to somebody new, and now I have a new network with that person. I wouldn't have necessarily gone out to Vine Grove for that service. So anyway, so it works. It absolutely works.
Absolutely.
Was that difficult for you to record?
It was easy to talk to her, but it was difficult in my head beforehand to just ignore myself and do it because I knew it was not about me. That's the thing that business owners need to remember and that the interviewers need to remember is that it's not about us. It's about the people who need us. So that's why we built the business. So.
I love that. It's not about us. It's about the people who need us. And sometimes that helps us get out of our own way and our insecurities. But I would say, too, that to someone watching that would be interested in highlighting their business, you're not just going to throw them out there and say, go.
Yeah, we give you so much prep work ahead of time.
During our Asian-owned business month, the interview that I did with a lady from the Philippines, she was so nervous. We taped it about 3 times, and just to get it right. And I did not mind starting over. And she said, "Thank you so much, but we finally got it the way that she wanted it." And we won't do that. We won't make you go with the first taping. And that's the beauty of recording and showing it later. So
and they're much shorter than this program. This program's about a half hour. They're much shorter and they're tailored for Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Speaking of that, Divine, you've been in such an instrumental part, the driving force beyond creating that, and that's where you bring in your Divine Writing Agency talents and expertise. So what are the various platforms for accessing Explore Hardin County?
Okay, so we are located on Facebook and Instagram right now. and our website should be up by the end of the month. I'm super excited.
I know you are.
about that.
You're the builder, the creator.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So those are our platforms for the time being.
Excellent. All right, and it's pretty easy to follow there.
Yes.
And has a hashtag been established? Or
I
is
use
anything out
the
there?
consistent hashtag Explore Hardin County, and then of course I use like shop local, and then our different towns as well.
So, as a small business owner, in your experience with photography, how would you be enticed, or how would you feel about being asked to be on an Explore Hardin County video or presentation or participate in an event?
I would
'Cause
feel,
you're busy.
I would feel honored, though. I mean, it's a tremendous honor, and most of the small businesses that we've interviewed have never been interviewed before. No one has actually called them and asked them, "Can you talk about your business?" You know, and so they're just extremely happy. And I don't know a business owner that doesn't want to tell you about their business, and it's absolutely free to them. This is a service that we provide to them. So I would be honored if someone called me and asked me to do that. Of course, you're nervous. You know, in the beginning, you're not sure of how it's going to appear, but once you see the finished product, you know, you're very pleased about it. So
Yeah, that's true. I haven't heard anyone say, I hated it.
No, right.
It's fine. So there's some exciting events coming up, but before we get to that, let's talk briefly about 2020 and how COVID impacted local businesses, and also where we are now with talking about the variant.
Yeah.
You know, and what's happening, because you're so connected in the small business community and serve in so many capacities. Where were we, and where are we?
Okay, so during the pandemic this time last year, I was helping small businesses to fill out applications to try to get some of the funds available through the Small Business Administration.
Was that from the CARES Act?
Yes,
Okay,
and the
CARES Act
the PPP money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, like the
Paycheck
PPE,
Protection
no, that's-
Program.
Okay, yeah, but then there's a
All the
protective.
COVID terms.
Yes, that one.
Here,
And so, you know, because I'm in the mortgage business, the financial business, so the business owners felt comfortable, you know, with me helping them fill out the application because I'm used to those long applications. But anyway, we were able to navigate the system and get some of the local small business owners the funds that they needed to sustain them throughout the pandemic.
Which is
And,
life-changing.
it was
because
life-changing,
They would have
yes.
locked their doors forever.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so it really helps some. But one thing that we noticed is that some of our local businesses were not set up correctly, and they were not able to get the funds because the business wasn't set up correctly from the beginning.
Oh, wow.
And so
And what a tough time to find out that
Yes.
you're unstable.
Yeah. So in January we did a conference called Get Your Business Right, under the Get Your Money Right conference, and so we brought in professionals from all different areas to talk to business owners to help them get their business set up correctly, to help them move forward after the pandemic, to reinvent themselves, rebrand themselves, things like that. And so that's how we got from this time last year through January, and now here we are in 2021, and this is the comeback year. We like to say this is the year of the comeback. So our small businesses are excited. They're doing better. You know, and most have received the second wave of money, and so we're just moving forward as small business owners.
I love that. But also, wouldn't you say we've learned to adapt?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And businesses who were clearly storefront, exclusively storefront, have learned to move components of their business online. And we hear some even, like for instance, Darren King, who I have great respect for, owns the Blue Rose in Vine Grove. She was so successful online, but she still had this great storefront in downtown Vine Grove. So trying to figure out going forward how we're going to parlay the success of the online business, but also strengthen our storefronts as well. And I'm sure that's something that Explore Hardin County is going to evolve and work with in the future. So speaking of the future, what's the next event? Let's be linear. Is it the Small Business Parade or the Entrepreneurship Academy? What's happening next?
Okay, so we have the Entrepreneurship Academy that starts October 7th. That's our orientation, and we already have our cohort set up. We already have our class the participants, they've already started preparing their business plans, and they'll go to marketing. They'll do marketing in August, and then class will start October 7th. And so we're excited about the Entrepreneurship Academy and where that's going. And then October.
Can anybody sign up for that? I'm sorry. Can people still sign up for that?
They can register for it, but they will not be in this year's class.
Okay.
They will. We are contemplating having another class in February, and so if we do, they'll be in that class. If not, it'll be the next fall.
Good to know. How can is it Explore Hardin County the best place to find out about the Entrepreneurship Academy in the future?
Yes, or they can go to the Minding My Own Small Business Entrepreneurship Academy Facebook page. There's
Minding
a group.
My Own. I'm writing this down.
Minding My Own Small Business.
Okay.
Yes, there's a
on
Facebook group for that as well.
Great. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but this is super important. I want to write it down. Okay.
Yes, it's very important.
So October 7th. That's exciting. So Entrepreneurship Academy, is there a cost for that in general, or is this, how does the structure of that work?
Okay. Well, it does cost $250 per participant.
Okay.
But that cost has been waived for the last 2 years, and it's also waived again this year because we have sponsors. Like the Radcliffe Small Business Alliance has sponsored, and we also have private donors that have sponsored the participants for this year. So yes, it is on Zoom, but the graduation will be in person at Elizabethtown Community and Technical College. And we're just super excited. Kay Cooper is spearheading this endeavor, and so she's with the Elizabethtown Community College, Business College, I believe. And so, so there's no cost this year because we have the generous sponsors.
I love that. That's great. So if you're watching and you want to be a sponsor, I'm sure they wouldn't say no. So
Absolutely.
So that's October 7th.
Yes.
And then the first annual Women's Entrepreneurship Luncheon, is that after or later on?
Yes, that is October the 9th.
October 9th. All right, so right after that.
Saturday, a couple of days later. And you can register for the Women's Entrepreneur Luncheon on Eventbrite. You can register for that on Eventbrite. The cost is $10, and that's to pay for your lunch. But we have experts coming in from to talk to us about loans and grants that are available to specifically to women-owned businesses. And then we also have guest speakers to talk to us about. We have a serial entrepreneur that's going to talk to us about how to have multiple businesses at one time, and just. It's going to be a great day.
I love that. And for $10, you can't beat it. So where does
Absolutely.
the Women's Entrepreneurs Luncheon take place?
That will be at Vine Grove City Hall Community Center
Okay.
in Vine Grove.
Sweet. All right.
Yes, and it's from 11 to 1 on October the 9th.
And then the event that birthed this whole idea and got you on the train and got things moving is the Small Business Parade.
Yes, and that will be on Small Business Saturday. And the parade will start in Vine Grove at local Vine Grove businesses, and then it will go to Radcliffe and touch a couple of businesses in Radcliffe, and then we'll head to E-Town, to Elizabethtown, and interview some businesses there. So we're hoping that it's a fun day. We have, as a part of our group, Explore Hardin County, we have people from all the different areas. So I'll start it off in Vine Grove, and then we'll pass it to Terry Owens or Michelle Harmon in Radcliffe, and then on to Elizabethtown.
So just be a relay. Yeah. All right. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. And I'm sure people can keep up with that as well on social media with Explore Hardin County,
Yes,
right?
yes.
All right. Perfect.
And if you would like to participate, just let us know.
Yes.
So speaking of that, Divine, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes on there. So how can people watching either participate or support Explore Hardin County and the efforts that are going on behind the scenes? Is it with donations? What's the best way to do that?
So, of course, with donations, if you would like to help interview the businesses, that's also an open option. And on our website, we'll actually have forms that you can fill out where you can apply to be interviewed as a business, or you can apply for a volunteer position rendering the services you already offer, or an open position with us.
I love that. That's great. And it'll debut on the Explore Hardin County website.
Of course.
Soon. That's great. in the 501c3 status, what's happening with that for the nonprofit status for the group?
We are super close. Yes, so the paperwork is being reviewed by our attorney right now. It should be completely sent off by Tuesday. And after that, it's really up to the IRS.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And they're fast.
Yeah, they are.
So it'll be fun.
Right around the
So
corner.
Yes.
why was the nonprofit status for Explore Hardin County necessary?
Yeah, so we wanted to become a nonprofit so that we would be able to raise funds and that we would be able to give it back to our small businesses, because in the future we see ourselves offering educational and financial resources for these businesses, so that in the event that they have a personal emergency within their business, or if we were to have another global pandemic, which hopefully we don't, we're able to be more proactive and hands-on in our approach for supporting them.
So, Selena, what does a situation like that look like? Can you provide a scenario of what that would look like for a business to receive funds from Explore Hardin County?
Oh, absolutely. Just like what we've dealt with the pandemic and like you said, the variant. So,
the variant is
we
looming.
could have another wave coming. But our businesses, when customers don't feel comfortable coming into their businesses and they're not getting the foot traffic, they're not getting the sales that they're used to getting or that they need just to stay afloat, that would be an instance where we would be able to come in and help that business just get through a tough time. And it may not be much, but they may not need very much just to get them to the next month to help assist them with rent or supplies or anything like that. So
That's great, and I'm sure it would behoove local businesses to go through the website and reach out to become part of the conversation early on and to shake hands, if you will. And speaking of that, there's not dues or anything for small businesses that want to participate, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. It's not a dues-based organization. So how does the board situation and the behind-the-scenes work for Explore Hardin County?
Well, for our newly established board, Divine is the president, and I have a small role as a treasurer, and so we have Councilwoman Terry Owens is our vice president, and Libby Woolcock with Liberty.
Yeah, I was like, which one is it?
Libby from
Yeah.
Liberty Insurance. She is our secretary, and so we set up the board, we established the board, and looking forward to just servicing the businesses in Hardin County. Another thing that I love about Explore Hardin County is we not only have live interviews, we also have a blog that Divine writes twice a month and releases. And so it's also, for those of us that love to read, it's also another way to get the information out about the local businesses. So.
That's true. If you're not into videos and that type of thing, then there is the blog. And the blog's less than a 5-minute read.
Yeah.
And I love the links
beautiful.
in there, super helpful. And at some point, I'd love to see Explore Hardin County have a directory on the website. I know that idea was thrown around, but and I know our local chambers do, but it'd be great to see a video attached to that. So to see what the person looks like and hear them talk about their products and services and that kind of thing. So before we go, is there anything else that I missed? Anything you all would like to share? Because I'd be remiss if I left anything out. Because I know we talked about a lot.
We did. All of our businesses that we have interviewed will also be featured in the Explore Hardin County magazine that we've partnered with Elizabethtown Community College to get that magazine published. So I'm just super excited about everything that we're doing with Explore Hardin County, and I think it's very important. It's important for the small businesses.
Love that. That's exciting about the magazine. So, what was the partnership there, and how was it decided to partner with ECTC? Because I know you mentioned various other capacity, like for instance, K. Cooper. It makes sense to partner with people locally who are already providing skills and education.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. There there are very few entities that Elizabethtown Community College is not connected to.
That's true.
They
do a
are the
great job
backbone
with
of our
that.
community, and our small businesses depend on the college to help them with, even with recruiting. When you're looking for someone to hire for your business, ECTC is a good resource for that. Those students, you know, internships and different things. So it
how
just
will that
made
work with
sense.
the magazine?
Well, Councilwoman Terry Owens was the one that reached out to a connection that she has there at the college, and I think she spoke to Dr. Pate, and they are going to make it credit hours for the students to be able to produce this magazine, so that we can do it at no cost.
So they get the experiential
Yes,
learning,
yes,
and
yeah.
then small businesses get their story out there.
Yes, and no cost to them either.
I'm pumped.
It's
All
a
right.
win-win.
Well, and soon with the nonprofit status, it will be a great organization to add to our list of this is who I donate
Yes.
money to. So that's fantastic. All right. Well, thank you both.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
I appreciate it. I think I said it 10 times. Oh, Explore Hardin County. Explore Hardin County. So check it out. And thank you for watching today. And make sure to subscribe to HCEC-TV's YouTube channel. This is Issues and Insights, and I'm Holly Sexton. See you later. Bye.